Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, binaries and non, it is your boy, Swervin of Swervin Media. Hope you are having a motherfucking fantastic day out there. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been recently following, liking, subscribing, commenting. I love this shit. It is really awesome to see some of the nice comments everyone's saying. All the mean ones are fun, and it's just nice to see there's a little community starting to build, and it makes me happy. And I hope y'all are proud of yourselves like I am proud of y'all for fucking clicking subscribe. Love that shit. Let's keep running it back. In today's video, we're going to be going over some of the recent remarks that ADAM22 has been saying. And no, this has nothing to do with his girl getting smashed recently. This has more to do with some of his remarks that he's been making that has to do with kind of some gang politics, gang type shit. I don't know. He seems to have gotten just really comfortable saying just a lot of shit. I don't know. I think it's getting kind of crazy, and I'm calling it right now that very soon, I don't know when, I don't know where, but soon, ADAM22, we're gonna hear about getting his motherfucking ass kicked, because there's no way that he can just run his yapper and remain untouched like this. And if he does remain untouched, 100% in the Illuminati, Freemason, 100% psyop, all that shit, because there's just no way, you know. Before we get into this shit, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, let's just fucking dive in.
We do that Snoopy Badass interview. He had some choice comments about AD. And then AD, of course, because I talked about him for like 30 seconds on the Snoopy Badass episode, he has to do a whole stream where he's talking about me throughout the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. He's playing GTA. He's role-playing as me. It's like, I don't know. I mean, the general impression I got from the comments and stuff.
AD in
nothing.
the interview?
Yeah, thank you, Brick Baby, who was actually there. I said like nothing about him, but he was, I guess, upset because he doesn't like the idea of me interviewing somebody and asking them about something that they said about him. So then after this long ass stream, the next day I happened to do Bootleg Kev. He asked me, why is AD talking about you and making every stream about you, etc. And I basically said that I think he was pissed off because, you know, I asked Snoopy Badass about him and he wants this special treatment. He doesn't want like me to ask somebody who had previously dissed him about him. And he was mad about that. That's what I said. Now, the other thing that apparently really got under his skin is Bootleg Kev said, well, those guys who left No Jumper, they're probably making more money now than they were on No Jumper, right?
Yeah.
And
That's what Bootleg Kev said.
I said no. I said that is certainly not the case. And it doesn't take a genius. You could go look at the Figmunity analytics, go to their Social Blade, look how many views they get per month, and tell me if you think that the amount of money that they're making from that one podcast that they do a week split into like 4 or 5 pieces, if you think that that's more than the full-time. AD, in his own words, frequently would say that he was making 6 figures a year from No Jumper. Yeah. So you look at how many views that channel is getting and then split it 5 ways and then tell me that that they're each making 6 figures a year off of that. It's actually insane that they're actually trying to pass this off on the people.
Is that like 80, like what is 6 figures considered? Is that
Why does it matter what they're like making now? If they make more or make less, dude, like, I don't know. I think that you should just not care, because at the end of the day, if they're gone, he's making more because he doesn't have to pay as many people. I don't know. But, and it's kind of funny how he's like, oh, he got so triggered when he be sounding triggered as fuck. He just sounded so fucking lame right there. Like, oh, I'm ADAM22. I'm hard. It's like, fuck out of here.
It would be like eight grand a month, basically, or like a little bit more, you know, which is, you know, AD actually showed, I could tell that I really triggered him because he was showing his No Jumper pay stubs after taxes, keep in mind, on his stream last night. And if you look at those and you listen to what he said about how he was actually getting another check in addition to what he was showing, it basically all adds up to something close to what he was saying, which was like 6 figures a year, right? And so I don't know why he showed the receipts on camera, because based on what I've read in the comments and on the Reddit, it seems like the fans almost universally agree that he was being overpaid, which was our experience as well, is that we definitely weren't making as much money from the content as we were paying him. It was just kind of something that we were still doing because of the fact that he had been a brand for that long. So then you look at their channel now, you would have to be absolutely out of your mind to think that those dudes are making more money from that channel than they were making, than AD was making at No Jumper.
Including ad revenue and the side shit that they do and what they charge people to come on their platform, or if
do they charge people to go on there? I don't know. They might be making more money than you think from advertising or whatever, but I don't believe for a second. I think it's absolutely absurd that he's actually trying to pass this off on people.
But not that one podcast, but I'm just saying he's probably saying like as a whole with his but he was doing shit on the side.
Well, yeah, because that's the thing, is that the money that he was making from community, his channel, he was already making that.
And once again, it's like, bro, just let it go. From what I see, it's always you talking about these people, honestly. So it's kind of funny that you try to make it like, oh, they're always talking about me. They have nothing to talk about besides me. And like, dude, you just sound very like, you sound like a bitch. Like, straight up, you sound like a fucking bitch right here. Like, why do you care? Why does any of that shit even matter? Like, dude, why are you putting this on your podcast? This is fucking boring and stupid. It's lazy. It's fucking lazy because you know that this will get views. So you're fucking lazy and just doing this shit. I see right through your ass, dog. I see it.
Yeah. While he was doing No Jumper. So you can't count that.
So what's the beef, though? I'm trying to figure it out. Like,
I know it's hard to understand how they're being this sensitive.
Go ahead.
But, I mean, I guess the beef is just that, well, number one, they just need stuff to talk about. So that's why we're in the thumbnail. That's why they got to talk about us over and over and over, is just because they got nothing else to talk about. What I said on Bootleg Kev was pretty obviously true. It's almost impossible to argue. And AD actually went on his stream and basically like proved exactly what I was saying by showing the pay stubs and acknowledging.
Well, he didn't show how much they're making. That's what I was.
He showed how much he was making from No Jumper.
No,
what he didn't show the people, what would actually prove it, what would actually prove what I was saying, which he will never do, is
right now.
No, not community, Figmunity. So show us what Figmunity makes you right now, and then we'll be able to actually contrast and compare and see if you are actually making like $8,000 a month off of Figmunity, which, spoiler, is not happening. It's like obviously just not true.
I feel like with this, like this be the problem with us. We it causes a beef when it's just really friendly competition. You know what I mean? Like, it should be like a competition thing. You know, like, okay, you think you make more, I make more. How can we prove this?
But this is the problem is
for views,
I went on there on Bootleg Kev and I answered his questions honestly, and I had
you did a Bootleg Kev interview also?
Yes, and I love that you don't know that, because you like Shitty is really in the streets. He's really doing his thing. He's not tapped into the minutia of the Reddit or whatever. So that's what I'm here. I'm to fill you guys in on
Reddit just today.
Just leave it out of your life. You don't want to be part of it. You're better off without it. Anyway, so I go on there and I said some simple statements of fact. I wasn't disrespectful. I just said that I didn't believe that they were making as much money, which is a obvious fact. Yeah. And then I also laid out the situation with Snoopy Badass. What do I get as a result? I get AD and his overweight manager sitting in this tiny little room talking about how they gonna stand on business, how they gonna fuck me up, how I need to be careful out here in these streets.
I didn't see that part.
But
couple things. So I find it bizarre. It's like a real like lady like thing to do, to like call out his weight, like, oh, this overweight man. And the way he started talking, it's like, bro, you're hurt, dog. Like, it's okay to say you're hurt, man. And the way he just said that, it's just so cringe, dude. They should not allow him to even just talk like that. It's fucking embarrassing. And Adam, it's okay, dude. You're hurt. I've been hurt. We've all been hurt, dude. It's okay. It is okay, bud. It's okay.
Before I went on stream, let me go to my Instagram story right now, because I preemptively knew that this was going to happen. Listen to my story from yesterday.
Style of podcaster are people who can hear a valid argument, can hear a valid conversation, and then they go on the podcast and they want to convince you that they're hard and they could beat somebody up.
Does this sound familiar?
I think I speak on behalf of basically the entire audience,
The
and
whole
really maybe
world.
the world.
The whole world, Adam.
When I say that we don't care,
We don't care.
you gotta actually do it.
You
can't
gotta
just
do
talk
it.
about on the podcast.
You
Nobody
gotta
cares.
slide.
It's a defunct style of podcasting. It's
That'll
been
be
gone for
working
a
out
very
too
long
much.
time.
Yeah,
If you
slide,
wanna act
baby.
tough,
You know, he a biker. He got that
podcast is
energy.
not the place to do it. So
If you want to act tough, the podcast is not the place to do it. So I called my shot. I'm motherfucking Babe Ruth in this bitch. I go on my story. I call out exactly what their response is going to be. And what do? They do this musty ass, broke ass shit. And they sit around and talk about, ooh, Adam gonna get touched. LOL. How the fuck did I call it? And I mean it too, because when you look at the Reddit, when you look at the comments, nobody is impressed. You're never gonna take a W by hopping on a podcast, talking about a verbal beef, a beef of ideas, a war of ideas. You're never gonna take the W by going on your podcast and talking about how tough you are. It makes you sound goofy. Do you really think that I'm scared of Pun waiting outside of the building? You know exactly where we work. What are we talking about? If you wanted to do something, you're not going to talk about it on the podcast. You probably already would have done it. I'm not worried about it.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, biners and on, is why in the beginning I said, I don't know when, I don't know where, but very soon ADAM22 is gonna get his ass whooped. It's because of that shit he was saying right there. I think he's forgetting like where he's at, or this celebrity status or whatever has gone to his head. Yo, people have been killed for much less, and I'm not saying they'll kill you. All I'm saying is you've gotten very cocky. You've gotten very lucky to do the things that you do in LA, of all places, where you're not from. And all I'm saying, dude, is it's gonna happen, dude, where these people are gonna be like, wait, why have we let this go on for so long? And they're gonna figure out a way to get right with you. And I can't say that, I mean, you don't deserve to have this happen. Look how you're behaving, dog. I don't know, man. But I just think he should move with caution and be careful, because why even invite that kind of energy into your life? Because you know, dude, they're from out here. They know so many people. They're in the mix of a lot of shit. They got cousins, brothers, aunties, uncles, friends, enemies. It doesn't matter. But it's just, they know so many people. And somebody could be like, dude, I want to go do that for Pun. I want to go do that for AD. I can make $500 just jacking at him, smacking him in the fucking face and getting it on camera. Like, you know what I mean? You are inviting all of that into your life, and I can't say that I'm mad at it because, like I said, I'm calling it. It will happen. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think Adam's gonna get beat up soon? Do you think he's acting ridiculous? Or am I fucking out there right now? And am I totally wrong? I guess only time will tell. Once again, please like and subscribe. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.